Are we live?
You're live.
Hi guys. I'm so excited. This is crazy. Hold on. I'm so excited that you guys are all here. Amber is here. Amber is up in Wisconsin. You say hey.
Milwaukee. I'm here. Hi.
Milwaukee. I'm Susan Boylston. So I'm the consultant that started Suburban Outfitters. And, you know, honestly, y'all, when we talked about doing this webinar, I thought maybe 20 people would do it and we'd have this cute little interaction and chat with each other and you can ask questions. And clearly there is a need for this webinar and just for you to find a place of encouragement and, you know, find out our stories and different leader stories in Suburban Outfitters. And we want you guys to have the same success, and we want to use this wait time that you guys have and use it wisely and just give you our best ideas and our stories of what we think has helped us be successful. So just kind of my story, if you haven't heard it, 18 months ago, I was a homeschool mom. I was a little bit obsessed with Instagram, and Amanda Lucero was a dear homeschool friend we hadn't really met, but anyways, you know how it is. And so I saw her selling these really cute striped skirts that had a pocket, and then she was going on a trip. So she was like in an airport, which is like my love language, that she was traveling. And I was like, what are you doing? I don't understand. So I listened to Dan's opportunity call, and the next day we were like, well, let's just do this. So we ordered and had no idea what we were getting into. I called my sister and was like, I have a 40-pound box. Literally, this is what I said. I have a 40-pound box being delivered full of clothes. Can you go pick it up and throw it in the house? So her husband had to go get it. And he was like, Julie, there were 8 40-pound boxes. Like, I really was kind of clueless. So anyways, I launched 5 days later. My friends came and had no idea what they were coming for. They just came to support me. And I remember sitting down that night and texting all of them and saying, you know, each one of them, thank you for coming. I so appreciate it. I think I sold 40 items. I had no idea if that was a lot or a little. I had no reference point. I just knew that my people, my friends had come and surrounded me and supported me and encouraged me. And I was totally high on life. So, so fast forward, you know, a year and a half later, he's sitting next to me, but a year and a half later, my husband and I are doing this together full time. He left corporate America, 16 years in I used to say he built the Matrix. I don't know what he did, but anyways, he left that job and now he's doing this with me, and we're actually having a lot of fun together. So I wanted to tell you, when a local girl joins my team, a lot of times we do coffees or dinners. So let's just pretend you're coming over for coffee. And
coffee.
Oh yeah, you got your coffee.
We pretend.
So, I want to tell you 3 things that I think on a very, very, very basic level kind of got me off in the right direction. The first thing is LuLaRoe gave me a game plan. They told me to do the 72-hour game plan, so I did it. And I may have done my own version of it. I would make a list of names. There's 50 names, they say. I would make a list of names, and it would kind of like get me thinking about people that I felt like would be great hostesses. But then it gave me a challenge to book 3 pop-ups in a week. And it says 3 to 5. I will tell you, I probably have never done 5 pop-ups in a week. But
I have.
Oh, it's amazing your family's alive. I'm just kidding.
Right?
So I booked, it just challenged me that I need to get this done, and it pushed me out of my comfort zone. So I think that was the number one thing I did, was to just take that challenge. The second thing I did was cruise qualify. We did it in 3 months. It was a little different back then. We bought 500 pieces a month, but and I know that you're selling 400 pieces a month as we are doing, but when you're getting that many boxes in the door every month, and I was still in debt, I wasn't doing this in the green yet. It was very motivating to me to book pop-ups and sell the clothes that were coming in. So cruise qualification, it is rewarding, but it also is highly motivating to book pop-ups and get out there and be a little bit uncomfortable and work maybe a little bit harder than what you would normally do. And then the third thing that I'm pretty unabashed about, most of my directs will tell you this, is I don't apologize for the way LuLaRoe does fashion. So if somebody is like, oh, I'm so sad you don't have that print in my size, I'm like, hello, there's like 10 other prints in your size. Like, I don't apologize for it. It is a completely fashion forward way to do business in fashion. And I love it that the odds of you matching somebody else is like slim to none, especially in, you know, some of these dresses and stuff. So, okay. So I don't apologize. Like, I will apologize if there's an error on my part or anything like that, but I just stay calm and cool and educate your customer as they're coming through that this is a totally new and different way to do the business. And once they learn it and they realize that you're okay with it, they become okay with it. So it's kind of a process and a learning curve for you and your customer. Okay, a few things I'm just going to throw at you that I think that you guys can be working on while you're in the queue. It's like huge to me that your business card is personalized. I'm trying to find one. I don't think I have mine right here. I think as more and more consultants come on board, and I think about other direct sales companies, by Amber, I think that it's really important that you put your picture on your business card. And then also on your thank you cards that you put in your mailers online. Use Facebook and Instagram. It's free. And then don't forget about your ladies who don't Facebook. There are people that don't Facebook. Even, you know, they don't have to be old. There's just people that won't Facebook. So use evites or email. Don't forget about them because they are super valuable customers. And then the last thing I would say is once you've been added to a team page, there is a section called files, and just, I mean, as soon as you're in that page, spend a afternoon or a weekend day looking through the files, print the stuff. That is valuable, very valuable information in the files, and then also in the videos. So before you ask a question in a team page or think that you can't find that information, look in the files, look in the videos, and then use the search bar. So like if you go in a team page and you search return address, so if you needed to ship something back to LuLaRoe, you can find it. So those are just like little tidbits of information. Your sponsor wants you to be successful. Like literally, it is just one of my favorite things. We have girls whose husbands have quit their second job or their job. We have quite a few husbands that have come home full time to do this. And, you know, if you don't want that, I totally get it. It's okay. But if that's a goal, then that is exciting to us. But on the other hand, probably the most rewarding thing, man, all of a sudden I have like no wrinkles. I love it. You see it? One of our favorite things, or one of my favorite things, was the day that I wrote a $600 check to our neighborhood pool, which I'm going to be completely honest, for 10 years had gone on the credit card. Because like, who has $600 the same month that preschool retuition happens and summer camp happens and all this stuff happens? The first time I really felt validated and just like, I cannot believe I have $600 in my bank account to go and pay for this thing that has always just been a credit card thing. So there is such a range of what your success and what your goals are. And as your sponsor, that's what your sponsor wants for you. And they're going to help you and answer your questions. It takes some hand holding the first few weeks, and that's okay. That's what we're here for. We want to help you. If you're a sponsor, this is like my big trick. So if somebody asks you a question and you don't know the answer, don't say I don't know. You just find the answer and then you let them know, and then you both know the answer. So that's like all my directs. You now know my secret that you need to educate yourself. So it's okay.
Let me look into it.
Yeah, let me look into that. Okay.
Think about your sponsor. And she'll say, let me look into it. And she'll go ask hers.
I will never say that phrase again. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over to Amber in a second. But the last thing I wanted to say, because I know that some of you are super frustrated, and I understand that. And, you know, I know you want to have your launch party tomorrow. Like, I want that for you too. But in a very big picture, so 3 years ago, probably this month, Deanne was in her kitchen making maxi skirts for her daughter and then for her daughter's friends. And then 18 months later, I ordered a bunch of clothes that I had no idea what I was ordering. So in 3 years, and then in a year and a half, both of us, like, our lives are completely transformed. Like, my life looks nothing like what it looked. Number one is I no longer have to teach math to my homeschoolers. So that alone is like, anyways. So I just want you to be encouraged that this like 3 month or 2 month or 2 week wait time may feel excruciating, and we understand that and we have compassion, but like big picture, which is not that long of a time frame, imagine where you could be in 18 months or in 3 years. And then it's like so important to me that you believe that exactly what has happened to me or what's happened with Amber or any other leader that you see is like completely possible for you. And this wait time is not going to affect that or keep you from that success. So it's so important to me that you guys hear us say that and believe it and know that we are your champions and we're here to help you be successful and want the best for you. Okay, so Amber is
Hi, I'm Amber. Susan, can you see the questions on the side yet?
Yeah.
Oh, Brooks can.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, perfect. So while I'm chatting, Susan can answer a couple of those just via type, but we're not going to answer all of them just talking. We're going to have a time at the end of this to have you answer a couple questions. We'll take a few where we answer on the webinar. But if there's any that anybody can chime in on that people are asking on the side, if you know the answer as another consultant, you can also chime in on those. My name's Amber. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4. I found Susan on Instagram last May, and same story. She posted some cute pictures. I think she'd just been out to a training of her and a bunch of friends in clothes, you know, traveling in California. And I happened to be looking for cute clothes. I contacted her, and within 3 days I was sold and I signed up. I launched in June, like 2 weeks later, which a lot of you are probably going, oh, I wish I could launch in 2 weeks. But I'm here to tell you that wasn't necessarily a good thing. June and July, sales-wise, suffered for me really badly because I did not know what I was doing and I did not have it all figured out. And I was just like, I felt like I was running, you know, by the skin of my teeth. I was just scraping by, figuring out things as I went. I had no plans. I had no business plan. I barely had a separate bank account. I was using my personal account. It was just a mess. I was asking people, you know, haunting for trainings, trying to figure out what to do. Today, you have a little bit of prep time to actually figure out your business, get your racks. I remember running around to like IKEA and trying to figure everything out in 2 weeks because I knew I was going to launch then. So take this wait time as a blessing and use it to the fullest, and it's going to be awesome. By the time you launch, you're going to maybe even have a huge VIP group just chomping at the bit, waiting to buy LuLaRoe from you. When I launched, I had like 100 people in my VIP page, and I was like, come buy LuLaRoe, and nobody knew what it was. And so it was just slow going in the beginning. That's not going to be the case for you guys if you put in the work during your wait. So I want to share with you all some things that I wish I would have known from the start with LuLaRoe. That contributed to my success in the long run. I did make trainer by October. I'm on my way to coach. I'm now pulling 12K sales months and vacation qualifying. Have an awesome team. You know, I got there, and you'll get there too. But these things will help you get there faster. So I just want to share these things with you. And the first one is that everything that you get in your LuLaRoe boxes is going to sell. And you will get some things in your LuLaRoe box that you think are hideous. You think all LuLaRoe is cute. It's not. Some stuff is going to be hideous. And you're going to open it up and you're going to say, oh my gosh, why did they send this to me? This is hideous. I'm never going to sell this. And maybe you won't sell it for a year, but it will sell. People, new consultants don't believe this. They freak out. They open up their box. They see these ugly prints and they try to offload them to other consultants. They try to like get rid of duplicates. They try to just go and complain. Oh my gosh, I got 5 of this same ugly print. What am I going to do? Seasoned consultants know that you don't even talk about that when you get crazy prints in your box because it's standard and they're going to sell. And you are going to rejoice when you move that print that's been sitting there for 8, 9, 10 months. And it's just been sitting there and you haven't sold it, and then it sells and it meets its customer that it was made for, and it's going to be awesome. So everything sells. Don't doubt that. Just don't freak out and offload things that you don't think you want, because you are going to be so blown away by what people buy. The other thing that goes along with that is to expect duplicates. So if you see a consultant online who has an awesome inventory, they've got a back stock of duplicates just waiting behind that awesome inventory, that awesome diverse inventory online, because we all get duplicates. If I order 100 leggings at a pop, I know that I'm probably going to get at most maybe 15 to 20 prints, and then I'm going to get duplicates within that. If you want more diverse leggings, if you want more diverse prints, you're going to have to put in smaller orders more frequently. And so your initial order, you might get a bunch of duplicates, and that happens and it's expected. And again, don't freak out. You know, put some of your duplicates aside. I put 2 max out at a time, and I put everything in the back. For online sales, it's actually really nice, because if you have somebody call second or third on a print, you're like, I got another one. Expect shrinkage, expect damages. This is the clothing industry. Our clothes are made by humans. They're not made by robots. In the clothing industry, there's a standard for damages, and we are actually below that with LuLaRoe. We are nowhere near the standard, even with damages. Luckily, if you get a damaged item, LuLaRoe will replace it. All you have to do is ship it back to them, and then they ship you a new one. And they do free shipping. Like, did you know that LuLaRoe considered charging us shipping when they started? But they don't. Those boxes are crazy expensive to ship, and they don't charge us for shipping. So they're shipping those huge boxes to us for free. It's just, you know, I've been in business for like 10, 11 months. I've only sent back 1 big box of damages 6 months ago, and I'm just about ready to send back another. So it was 6 months in. So now I'm in like 9 months, and I have maybe half that already. So I'd say every like 3 to 6 months, expect to send in a box of damages. And then you'll get a surprise box. It feels like you got free inventory to replace it. The third thing that I wish I knew from the beginning is that in LuLaRoe, you know, there's no cool kids. There's no people that have it all figured out. It's not like you're this new consultant and these people are so amazing and you're never going to reach that. You can reach that. If you work hard and you're nice to people and you reach out and you learn from them, you can reach that. Along with that, though, some of you are going to come from other direct sales companies. Some of you are going to come from other retail businesses, or just other businesses in general, and you're going to come with a lot of ideas, and you're going to be raring to get started, and that's awesome. I love all these new ideas that people are bringing to the table, and every day I learn something from a new downline that has an awesome idea that I can use for my business. So I love the diversity of ideas, but if you are coming into this business thinking like all these other consultants are doing it wrong and I'm going to revolutionize this and like from the start not listen to anybody else, do it my way, I got it figured out. Everybody needs to, follow my way of doing it. You're going to be served some tough lessons because people who've been in this business for a long time have figured a few things out and learned things the hard way, and they want success for you. They want to share what they've learned with you. So if from the start, if you come into this like a sponge, like just ready to learn from everyone you meet, and not just your uplines, it can be from customers even. It can be from other consultants. If you're ready to learn, at home office, they always say, be a learn-it-all, not a know-it-all. That was something where I joined this company and I was the know-it-all. I thought I knew it all. Anytime the home office would do something, I'd be like, oh, why are they doing it that way? I would so do it this way. I had no idea what was going on behind the scenes. When I flew out to California, my mind was blown by like the operation they have going out there, the warehouse. Susan went out to the warehouse this past weekend. She said they walked in there, the new warehouse, and just like jaws gaping because it is ginormous, the operation they have going out there. Same with thinking you know it all or learning from other consultants. There's so many different ways to do this business. Some people prefer mostly online, some mostly in home, different ways of networking, different ways of reaching out, different ways of running sales. I'm not a huge Periscope person yet. I've tried one Periscope. There's people out there that have like a daily Periscope and that's their thing and they rock it. That's awesome. You don't have to be the Periscope person. You don't have to have a huge following on Instagram. You don't even have to have a huge VIP group. You can be 100% in-home. You can be 100% on Facebook. Well, I would suggest varying it up a little bit, but sometimes it's going to be tempting to look at other consultants from the beginning and think they're doing so awesome at this over here. They just had this type of amazing sale, and to compare yourself with them and to get down on yourself. I wish I wouldn't have wasted any time comparing myself with other consultants and just focusing on booking parties, planning online parties, whichever, is your style starting out, booking in-home parties, planning your online parties, doing tons of giveaways, and selling stuff. And you're going to find your own successes. You're going to have days where you don't sell anything at a party or sell 5 things. My launch, I sold 5 things. And then you're going to have crazy successes. I had an online sale where I sold $5,000 worth of inventory in one sale. So these weeks or months where you're waiting to onboard, get your stuff in order organizationally from the start. When I started out, I thought I was going to make like $200 a month. I thought it was just going to be this side hobby thing, put gas in my car, some groceries. And so I did not get my finances in order. And if I would have any advice for you starting out, act like you're going to make $1 million in this business, hire an accountant from the start, and get everything in order. Ask him all the questions. Figure out what you need to be tracking. Get your little mileage app on your phone so you can start tracking your mileage. Find out what you don't need to track, because I found out from my consultant, I don't need to track giveaways. Those come out in the wash. I don't even have to keep track of my giveaways. And I was like, yes, because the fewer forms I have to deal with, the better. 6th thing, I think we're at number 6, put yourself on an ordering schedule as soon as you can. In the beginning, I struggled with the balance between booking parties and having enough stuff to serve those parties. Because 300 pieces, you think that's a lot, but if you have 2 like crazy successful 50, 60 piece parties, you're gonna reduce that by almost half. And then all of a sudden you're panicking. Oh my gosh, I have a pop-up coming in this weekend and I don't have enough inventory. I would suggest, so Susan said when she was trying to vacation qualify, she needed to sell 500 pieces a month. That means you're gonna need to order 500 pieces a month. So break it down, say 4 weeks, say 400 pieces. So vacation qualifying, 400 pieces a month, break it down into 4 weeks. I'm gonna need to order 100 pieces a month. That's 3 orders a week, 3 33-piece orders a week. I'm gonna order every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And if you can commit to doing that and then commit to booking parties, everything else is gonna be so easy. You're not gonna be the person sitting there like, oh, my order's not coming in time and I'm low on inventory. And you're not gonna be the person sitting there saying, oh, I can't book a party until I like get this, or I have a party coming up. Like, you're gonna have it just set. Just get yourself on an ordering schedule as soon as you can. As soon as you can. If you have any financial wiggle room, start doing that. And then the last thing that is super important is just knowing proper channels for when you're frustrated. So we have our team training pages on Facebook, and a lot of people love to be social in those pages, and we like to be social with you and get to know you as well. But what we don't want it is the training that's supposed to be happening on those pages to be totally overthrown by complaining. So if people are in there just sharing their like crappy parts of their days or their frustrations all the time, then all of a sudden you lose the training, you lose the positivity, you lose the inspiration that is going to make you successful. And all you're going to do is scroll down the wall and go, ugh, and then not feel like selling anything. So what I would say that I wish I'd known right from the start is the power of positivity. Just knowing to be positive on our team page, to always uplift and encourage. And then if you are having a frustrating day or you are frustrated about something, complain to your husband, complain to your best friend, complain to somebody in your life first. If that doesn't work, go complain to your sponsor. If you think, you know, they're there to listen to you privately, they'll deal with it. They can take it, they can handle it. I always say if Facebook does not work for LuLaRoe. LuLaRoe does not work at Facebook. So if you're putting something out there, oh, there was holes in my leggings on Facebook, like what's his name? Mark Zuckerberg might see it, but nobody at home office is even gonna see it or know. If you talk to your sponsor about it, and it's something important that they know that home office doesn't know about yet, because home office knows about a lot of our problems already, and they're already 6 months ahead of solving those problems. But if home office doesn't know about it, and you're my downline, and you tell me, and I go, oh my gosh, I've never heard of that problem before. I will go tell Susan, and then she'll be like, oh wow, and she'll go tell her upline, and all of a sudden it's, you know, it's up to Deanne or it's up to home office, and they actually hear about it. Whereas if you put it out there on Facebook, then all of a sudden it's on How We Row, and the customers know about it, but the home office is going, what? We didn't even know about this because nobody told them. So just proper channels. If you're frustrated, you know where to go. Not all over Facebook. The last thing is to always stay connected to why you are doing this. So you're gonna have hard days. There were days where I went and I dragged my inventory to somebody's house and I sold like 3 to 5 things. I had a pop-up in June and it was hot and I was sweating and I dragged everything in, and there was one person there and she bought like 2 things and the hostess bought 2 things, and I felt like a waste of time. It was like my 2nd or 3rd pop-up, and I could have just been like, I quit, and I would have missed out on the whole rest of the year. Like, stay focused on your why. Stay focused on the big picture. Why are you doing this? For me, it was my family. I wanted to bring my husband home. I wanted to homeschool my kids more as a family, have more time together, and he's actually quitting his job this month. So, you know, staying focused on that, the big picture during those times of the year where I felt like, super, super helped. So those things that I can count, maybe like 6 things that I thought were going to be the end of me between June and now, where I was just like, it's the end of the world in my head. But I made the decision to just keep going and to just be positive about it. And guess what? It was not the end of the world. So stay connected, positivity. Page is stagnant. Nobody's following you on Instagram. Nobody wants to talk about LuLaRoe at the grocery store. Start giving stuff away, and give away so much that it scares you. That is my biggest piece of advice, is just to give away so much that it scares you. When I was stuck last June, July, where I felt like my parties just were not moving and everybody else was having these awesome parties, and I was selling like, 5 to 15 pieces of party and maybe 5 things online, I did a massive giveaway where I gave away $800 worth of inventory in one giveaway. But I grew my VIP page from like 200 people to 1,200 people. And right after that week is when I started having $3,000 sales, $5,000 sales, massive sales online. If I had just sat on my hands, sat on my inventory and said, no way can I spare $800, I wouldn't have seen that. So if you're ever stuck, give stuff away. In the couple months that you are in the queue and you're waiting, you can also be giving stuff away. So if I know you don't have inventory yet. You're like, what? You can start booking parties. I mean, so it's hard to tell when you're going to onboard. I know. There's some formulas out there based on like 50 a day. We can kind of figure out when you're going to onboard. It might be a little before or after that. I would suggest that you pick in your head a launch date and just start booking parties. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid that you might have to cancel some because your inventory is not here yet. Offer those people an extra free pair of leggings or some other incentive and say, hey, my inventory is late, but this and this, if you reschedule. I've never had somebody not reschedule when I've done something like that. So don't start getting people excited about it. Create your VIP page on Facebook. Ask your upline, ask your sponsor, hey, can I buy a few pairs of leggings off you wholesale? Or maybe they'll even agree to give you a pair or two so that you can have some kind of like weekly giveaway on your page leading up. Maybe start 2-3 weeks before your launch, before you even get your inventory. Start giving things away, start building hype. You can also just do in-store credits. So if you don't have anything to give away, you can start saying, okay, I'm gonna launch in June 1st. And every week up until then, I'm giving away $25 of free credit. So here's what you need to do. You need to add a friend to the VIP page, or you need to tag somebody, or maybe have a fun, like, name this outfit challenge, or post a selfie, or post a picture of your breakfast cereal, whatever you want to do to get people excited and participating and build some hype leading up to your launch. And you're going to have a ready-made market just kind of waiting. So let me refer it back to Susan. We're going to take just a couple questions. I haven't been reading on the side while I've been talking, but maybe Susan has a couple that we can answer.
Am I still on mute?
No, you're.
I'm
No,
not.
you're good. I can hear you.
Okay, I think what I understand is if you are a consultant waiting to onboard and you create a Facebook or Instagram page, please just say, like, I'm a future LuLaRoe consultant, because in contract you aren't a consultant until you actually have onboarded. So
Right. Don't be selling things. Don't be buying things from other consultants and selling them. I'm suggesting future giveaway. So you're saying either like, this is a sample of the leggings I will carry. I'm giving away like this leggings from my personal closet kind of giveaway, or a future credit. Like, I'm giving $25 to my future store. Yeah, definitely don't pretend that you're already in business, for sure.
Yeah, don't do that. But just even like past that, just say, I'm waiting to become a consultant and I'm excited. There might be some graphics coming out from home office that would help you with that. Maybe to clarify one thing, you're going to need this is my opinion. I have a Facebook page. It's like a public page where I create my events. And then you're going to have a personal group that's secret. And that's where, if you choose to sell online, that's where you would sell. So that there's two different groups. You kind of need to have both. And in my opinion, some people figure out how to not have both. And your sponsor can probably walk you through that. Some of these questions, maybe I can go back. There's so many. I can go back through and we can answer some of them in the group. Also wanted to tell you, I just want to clarify, the wait list on the onboarding is because if we onboarded all 4,000 people, there would be no inventory in the warehouse. Yeah. And what LuLaRoe thought would happen from January to May literally happened in 4 weeks. And so if you onboarded, you would be pissed because you would have no inventory. So it wouldn't even be fun if you could onboard, because there would be no extra small Amelias in the entire warehouse. And I did get to see the new warehouse, and it is insane. It's like, I don't know, 3 acres, I think is what they kept saying. I actually have seen all 3 warehouses now. So like the first one was like mom and pop, and like, you know, it's so crazy to think about that first warehouse. And then the warehouse now, like the first time, literally my sister and I skateboarded. I mean, not that we know how to skateboard, but we skateboarded in the warehouse. And then this third warehouse is like the real deal. And you just can't believe that the entire thing is filled with LuLaRoe. So they're not keeping you from onboarding for any other reason that we will run out of inventory. So it's not a bad thing for you as a future consultant or for a consultant who's already selling the clothes.
Consistently makes really good business decisions and looks out for its consultants, you know, not just because they could easily get greedy and say, sure, I'll have you on board. And then like we'd be sitting there with current consultants too with no inventory. But recognizing, we're in this for the long haul, and they're making decisions that are going to be good for all of us 5-10 years down the road. They're not just planning for the here and now. They're planning for, Patrick's always 6 to 9 months in advance, even just with styles, I know. So probably in advance. I don't even know. But
okay, so next week I'm super excited because there's this girl named Julie. I don't know if you know her. I've known her for, how old am I? I've known her for 36 years. She's 2 years younger than me, in case you didn't know. I'm the older sister. Julie lives a mile down the road. So in case anybody ever thinks you can't be successful with another successful person in your neighborhood, that's a lie. Julie signed up a few months, I don't know,
a month and a half,
however long it took for me to beg her to become a consultant. Julie became a consultant and became the second, really, she was the second mentor in LuLaRoe. So she's like the second best consultant in LuLaRoe. But anyway, so Julie's going to be on the call next week or the webinar with us next week. And also Nicole Schlitt. So I'm super excited. I don't really know Nicole, and that's part of the purpose of this webinar, is that you guys as Suburban Outfitters would get to know the leaders in your team. So next week it's going to be Wednesday at 8:30 again. We'll record it. Don't stress if you can't get on the call. We'll record it and post it into the group. And we're going to keep doing this and getting you girls ready as you're waiting patiently. Okay, thanks for being here. This was fun. Thanks, Amber.
Bye.